So, first video of 2024. It's Thursday the 4th of January and I'm here in my studio with most of my equipment put away for some reason. It's a bit of an update video from the last one on a few things that have changed, a few bits of news for the coming year, what my plans are. So I'll start off with the studio changes that I've made. So you might remember I was using this Line 6 UX1 interface, which I picked up for virtually nothing. Really good bit of kit. I would strongly recommend anyone wants to get one if you want something that can fit in a backpack. It's really lightweight, really cheap, and does a really basic job. So that's been replaced. What I've got now is not much younger, but is the Akai EIE 4 in 4 out interface. I really like it. It's about 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old I think they released it. So it is legacy kit, it's not brand new. There is the EIE Pro, which I would probably recommend to people more so because it's more compatible with Windows 10, but this is an ASIO device, the EIE Pro being a newer device. It's also ASIO if you want it to be, but it has its own standalone drivers and software, so that's the main difference. This is great. It's got 4 combined jack XLR inputs, which can also have 48 volt phantom power in banks of 2. So if you had 2 phantom power requiring mics, you could switch 2 of them on and still have 2 regular devices in. You can also switch to line level. So obviously if your microphones, but for things like synths, an electronic device goes line level, and instruments. So that's the front of that. It's got VU meters, which in my opinion is absolutely great. Because it gives you how things actually sound loud versus your FS or whatever they are on like Ableton. I can't remember what the other type's called. It's got MIDI in and outputs, it's got 4 audio outputs, it's got 4 audio inserts, and it's also got 3 USB ports, and it's powered so you can use it as a standalone device. You don't have to even have your computer switched on. You can use it on its own just to get sound mixed together, kind of. So guitars and backing tracks, if you had an MP3 player, can use that to get it into your amp. Grand. My girlfriend bought me a TC Electronics Honeypot Fuzz for Christmas, which I would probably say is the best device on my pedal board at the moment. I like using this in conjunction with my giant metal pedal, and I've started using my overdrive pedals more as a booster and a very sort of mild distortion in front of those. So there's that's a 3 knob fuzz pedal. You got sustain, volume and tone, and then obviously your on off switch. It's TC Electronics, so the inputs are on the back rather than the sides. Apparently it's based on a Green Russian Big Muff Pie, which I can quite well believe because it's got absolutely lovely scooped mids. Yeah, does an absolute wonderful job. You can use it on its own, play around with the sustain and the tone, and you can get everything from sort of that classic 70s rock vibe right the way up to, like, in my opinion, and what I do from my experience, really good doom tones, which is obviously what I use it for. Another upgrade, again it's legacy kit, but it's, it was cheap and it's great, is I've now got a 49 key M Audio key station. I do still occasionally use my Oxygen 25, but since I'm trying to learn how to play the piano, I needed more keys, I needed more octaves, so I've got the key station 49, which is really good fun. Again, legacy kit, but it was cheap. That's it. All the interface and the keyboard are second hand. The Honeypot was brand new. What else? As you may have seen on my last cover video, I've got a Telecaster now. It's only a Squire. It's an Affinity. I do plan on changing the bridge pickup to something like a bare knuckle War Pig, which will mean I'll probably need a new bridge for it, but that's okay. So I'm thinking about putting a War Pig in it, or alternatively some sort of bare knuckle pickup. I've used that on a couple of tracks now, and I plan to use it on a lot more. Moving on to tracks, I have potentially secured a funding source to upgrade my DAW to Ableton Suite rather than using a light version or an intro version. So I'll have a full Suite version with a free upgrade to Ableton 12. I'll find out about that in sort of the next month or two. Should that funding be secured, I will also be releasing some merch this year to coincide with my music releases. I'm thinking t-shirts, maybe a sew-on patch or something similar. But I'm not just looking at shirts, I'm thinking of something else too. Another studio edition my girlfriend got me, Elvira mouse mat. So now I've got Elvira's boobs as a wrist rest. That's great. But yeah, so merch release later this year, hopefully. Suggestions on what you'd like to see in the comments. It will be a Plague on Both Your Houses merch, not YouTube merch, so it'll be entirely music related. And there'll also be a funded album release with a physical copy, so should anyone still collect CDs, or potentially a 7-inch vinyl release of a double-sided single, or a 10 if I can find somewhere that'll press it cheap enough, and either do a 4-track EP or a 10-inch single. But there'll definitely be a physical format release if I secure my funding. There'll definitely be an EP or an album release, which will be funded, so that'll be absolutely great. Regardless, I'm going to release an album or an EP. If it's not funded, it'll be free. If it's funded, then it'll be a lot better quality and it'll be a physical format release. Maybe with some bonus digital, maybe with some free digital. But anyway, that's sort of just what I've got going on right now. Plans for the future, current plans. I am working on music still, and I will be working on more videos now Christmas is out the way. So thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I look forward to making content for you this year. Love you loads, cheers, bye!